Shonen Jump has officially found its new king, and no, it's not Kagurabachi. That's right, the meme manga from 2 years ago that is already having collaborations with Burger King of all places isn't Shonen Jump's new number one. It's actually a series of an already established author within the anime space, that being Osamu Nishi's Ichi the Witch. Yes, the same Nishi who made Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. So, just how did this manga with barely over 50 chapters rise the ranks to conquer the once unconquerable One Piece? Well, I think we should start from the very beginning. But before we get into this video, if you like this type of content, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. It not only helps this channel grow, but make sure that you never miss another one of my uploads. Now, when I said start from the beginning, I meant the very beginning. July 11th, 1968 to be exact. This was when the first ever weekly Shonen Jump was ever created. The landscape of manga was way different back then. Manga like Speed Racer and Ashita no Joe were some of the most popular at the time. However, the first ever weekly Shonen Jump rankings weren't published until 1970. Can you guess who won the first ever weekly Shonen Jump rankings? I wouldn't blame you if you couldn't. It was a manga called Harenshin Gakuen. It officially started in the 11th issue of 1968 and ended in the 41st issue of 1972, accumulating 23 color pages in 119 issues, or about one lead color page every 5 issues, and ending with an average ranking of 3.7 through its entire career, proving that Harenshin Gakuen was truly one of the pioneers of Shonen Jump in general. Skipping forward to 1980, we would see manga like Dr. Slump, Akira Toriyama's first big hit, and Captain Tsubasa, one of the best sports manga of all time, make their claim to fame in these rankings as well. Later that same decade, Fist of the North Star won 3 years in a row from 1984 to 1986, only being overtaken by the one and only Dragon Ball in 1987. Dragon Ball then went on a 7-year unbeaten streak from 1987 to 1994, beating out popular series like Saint Seiya, Slam Dunk, and Yu Yu Hakusho, only losing its title when it finally ended and there was a break between OG Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. From 1995 to 1997, Rurouni Kenshin was the top dog until 1998, when a little-known manga came out. You maybe have heard of it, maybe not. It's a lesser-known series called One Piece. One Piece's dominance was unprecedented, being the most popular Shonen Jump manga for 25 of the past 27 years. The only times it didn't come in first place were in 1997 to Rurouni Kenshin and 2005 to Naruto. Outside of that, One Piece finished first. Every single time. And the thing about those two non-first place finishes, Naruto and Rurouni Kenshin were far more established series and further into their stories than One Piece was, meaning once One Piece truly got going post-2005, no one has gotten close. Haiku, Kuroko's Basketball, My Hero Academia, Assassination Classroom, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, The Promised Neverland, Dr. Stone, Jujutsu Kaisen, Mashle, Sakamoto Days, Blue Box, Food Wars. All of these series has reached the top 5 of Weekly Shonen Jump and challenged One Piece for its number 1 spot, but all had failed to surpass it. One Piece was an unstoppable force, an immovable object. In the wise words of Thanos,
I am inevitable.
The one series that, no matter how popular a manga could become, it would never overcome the wall that was One Piece. It was truly the king of Shonen Jump. Insert Ichi the Witch. We are currently on issue 45 of the 2025 year, and Ichi the Witch is on pace to finally dethrone One Piece for the first time in 20 years. As of right now, Ichi the Witch has an average rating of 2, One Piece having an average rating of 2.8. In fact, Ichi the Witch has actually gone up and One Piece has gone down over the past 8 issues. To explain just how insane of a run Ichi has been on, let's go over its entire run from when it began last year. Having began in issue 41 of 2024, Ichi the Witch was given the number 1 spot and the lead color page, as most new manga get. However, the hype didn't stick at first, going from number 1 to number 12 in just 4 chapters. Then, from chapter 5 to 21, it was fairly average, getting 6 top 5 finishes, but it was nothing really special. In fact, there was a good chance the series was going to be axed around chapter 21, having finished 15th, 18th, 14th, 11th, and 15th, almost all back to back, a truly dark time for the series. But then, chapter 23 hit in issue 13 of 2025, and Ichi the Witch hit the ground running ever since. From that point on, the lowest the series has ever been was 9th. It finished top 3 in 20 of its next 31 issues and top 5 in 27 of its last 31 issues. For comparison, Kagurabachi has finished top 5 13 of its last 31 issues and top 3 5 times of its last 31 issues. Ichi the Witch has been top 3 more than Kagurabachi has been top 3 and top 5 combined in their last 31 issues. For another comparison, Sakamoto Days, one of the most popular and established series with its own anime, has been top 5 16 times in its last 31 issues and has been top 3 15 times of its last 31 issues. Ichi the Witch is outperforming manga with their own established anime while having less than 55 chapters. This is completely unheard of. And it doesn't stop there. Since Ichi the Witch began, it has been given 9 color pages and 5 lead color pages for a total of 14. Compare that to the other top 5 series right now in Weekly Shonen Jump, and Ichi far exceeds the rest by at least 5 color pages in total. Even taking away the 1 lead color page new series get, it's still ahead. And if we're just talking about 2025, Ichi is still on top by 3, and Ichi the Witch is getting another lead color page in issue 47, only extending its lead. But Ichi the Witch isn't just dominating in Weekly Shonen Jump, it's doing very well for itself in manga sales. Only 2 months ago, Ichi the Witch had surpassed 700,000 copies in circulation with only 4 volumes released, and now some sources believe it had surpassed over 1 million copies in circulation with only 5 volumes released back in September. Ichi the Witch is currently on one of the best beginning runs in manga history. Series like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and My Hero Academia all at their peaks couldn't dethrone the monster that was One Piece. Yet, this brand new manga looks like it will do just that. A story filled with magic, epic fights, emotional backstories, deep character development, amazing character designs, and a small boy named Ichi who becomes the first ever male witch looks to take that spot all for himself.